Hey Nuggets, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna show you a new hair tutorial on Ibis. So there's a brush that I found that I probably got told about to use, but yeah, I found it and it's closer to what I use on Procreate. So I'm just gonna start off by using a smudging tool, and how you're gonna use this is smudging the skin of your wavy on top in the center, so it looks like that. And this isn't a wig tutorial, so I don't know why people get confused that that's what I'm doing just because I'm using a mannequin. I just use a mannequin to demonstrate something. So I know you can see like a hair layer because I recorded that hairstyle, but I don't really like it, so I started over again and I'm doing this one that I posted yesterday. And I'm just scrolling looking for the dip pen fade brush. No, it's called pen fade, and that's the brush I'm going to be using. I always love to use it as a base for drawing hair because it's not too difficult to use, and especially when you're doing the front part of the hair, it looks more natural and it's not doing too much and it's not overpowering. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna start off doing the buns, and then I'm gonna go down and start doing the other part of the hair. So throughout the video you're gonna see me do one side first, and then I duplicate it and flip it over, and yeah, because doing it that way is so much more faster if you're doing a hairstyle that is gonna look the same on the other side. So yeah. Now I'm going to duplicate it and then put the layers together and make a new one for the bottom half of this hair edit, and start doing the part that might be a little bit hard for a lot of you, but this is probably easier than my other hair tutorials that I've done for Ibis, to be honest. And I also feel like deleting it because it does look kind of complicated. I mean, I wish I found this brush before that one. Then I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, oh well. So since I'm done fixing the other side, I'm merging the layers down and I'm making a new one for the wavy curly part of the hair. So I was gonna do it straight, and I don't know, at this point I was kind of confused. I didn't really plan doing this hairstyle, and still trying to do the little curly stuff is still new to me on Ibis. I'm still trying to learn how you do that, but yeah, when I do, I'm gonna be so excited to post a video of that and make it easy for all of you, whilst I already went through the hard parts. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a good like curly thing going on, and so then after that I can finally kind of picture a curl look in the hair. I know it sounds weird the way I'm explaining it, but yeah, when I see that, I just carry on and fix it and all that, and then whilst you see me adding the realistic look to the hair, then you kind of would see it too whilst I'm doing it. So yeah, just watch the video and try to figure out how to do it yourself. I'm not going to say it doesn't look difficult. It is kind of tricky. You gotta take your time because you can feel like giving up easily at this point, and that's what I did. I looked at it for a really long time and wanted to give up on this hairstyle and do a different one for the tutorial, but I just carried on and fixed it, and it kind of looked good at the end, and proud of it. At this point, I am doing the same thing I did with the hair bun and duplicating it, and now I'm going to merge it down and make a new layer and just enhance the hair a bit, and on one side, and then do what I did again, duplicating it, switching it to the other side, and then that's when I'm going to start doing the detail of the hair. So now on the new layer, I'm going to be using the round brush angle brush, that's what it's called, and I'm going to be using the stabilizer. So you want everything on and the other tip end option, and have the after option on as well. So yeah, and then have a lighter shade of whatever hair color you're doing and start doing what I'm doing. So after I've been doing this, I go back and forth using the eraser. So you want your eraser on the airbrush brush, and then I'm going to be using the smudging tool to really create that ombre effect that I was trying to do with the eraser, because it doesn't really work out on Ibis. On Procreate you can get a perfect ombre just erasing and doing that, but on Ibis you got to erase it a little bit and then smudge it, and you can see there's a good ombre to it, and it goes into the hair properly. So that's what I'm going to be doing throughout this whole tutorial basically, and it's not that difficult as my other ones used to be. And now after I've finished one side, I'm just doing the same thing we were doing earlier, duplicating it, switching it, moving it to the other side. So like I said before, I'm doing one side first, so I'm just going to keep making new layers so when I'm smudging and erasing it's not affecting the part I just did. And I'm just going to keep doing that, and make sure when you're finished doing everything, like the bottom half, you're only merging down the layers of that hair, of that part of the hair, not the other part with the buns and stuff, because you're gonna duplicate it and put it on the other side of the hair. But if you did do that by accident, it's fine. You can just erase that bit that you don't need in the hair, and yeah, it's fine. At this point, I'm merging all the layers down I did for that side, and like I said, if you accidentally merge down the other parts of the hair, then it's fine, you can just erase it and it'll be fine. And now you're going to merge down all those detail layers and the hair layers, and you're going to go on the hair layer and create some strands with the same round brush angle that we used for the hair detail, and use it on the sides of the hair so it doesn't look stiff as it usually does when you make hair on ibis. And then when you're done, we're going to be changing the hair color to however you want it to be. So how you're doing that is you're going to go on change drawing color and just size it down so you can see what color you're changing it to. I always forget to do that. And I'm just going to go do a same old boring color that I always do as my demonstration on my tutorials. So I'm going to just skip it. And then you're going to do the same way with the highlights. But before I do that, you can still see some black bits under it from the mannequin. So I'm just going to make the hair detail invisible, go back on the same brush that we used to do the hair, and fill those areas in. And then I'm going to do the highlight and change the color. So your hair should look like that, and make a new layer, and we're going to be using multiply and darken the roots and places that should be dark. So we're going to be using the airbrush to do that, so it's easier and we don't need to actually do blending and stuff like that with Gaussian blur. And if we do need to do that, we can just smudge it out into place. So you can already see where you would want to do it to add more definition into your wig edit. So yeah. And then when you're done with that, you're going to make a new layer, and this is for the highlights. So we're going to be using add, and the brush that we're going to also use is the dip and hard. So do not use the soft brush to do that, because then your highlight isn't going to look like a highlight, it's going to look a bit ashy, and because it's a soft brush, so it's not going to really come out as a highlight. So yeah, and just put it on places I'm putting it on, and use the blur tool to blur it out so we don't need to make new layers of new highlights. And yeah. So we are almost done, and this is how your hair should look like at the moment. Now I'm going to go back on that hair layer and make edges. So I'm going to be using the I'm going to be using the same brush that we used to do the detail, which is the round brush angle brush, and that's what I'm going to be using to do the edges. So yeah, make sure you still have the stabilizer on to do the edges, and yeah. So that's it of this tutorial. I hope you like it. So if you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in my next video.